some music. Let me stop that. Yes, yes. Yo, then, then I'm gonna take it over. That's the for those wrong. That's the chaser. Let's call it move. I couldn't even wait till it gets to like the chorus. Like some courtesy to the song. But it was already taking me. I was in a dark place already. There, the dark place was Xanadu. Hello, Melanie Tiraman is in the house. Good evening. Good to see you. Best opening number. Garrett Christmas. Kevin Madira. How do you say your surname? Cuz Madiraviran. Yes, yes. When you learn to read, bruh. Garrett's in the house. Fresh haircuts. Yeah. Thing about me is I get irritable. Like, after a while, like, I'm like see, is the most, this is the most easiest hairstyle to handle. You just get up and you're done. Hello, Ants. Ants is in the house. Long time no see. Good to see you. Marcel Blair, what kind? And Siobhan Nicole Stragnell Saunders, 17 surnames. Good to see you. Welcome. So yeah, man, it's been an interesting week. People have been getting a lot. Our kind huge. Huge is in the house. Fellow Liverpool, how do you say Liverpudlian or Liverpudlian? Liverpudlian. Well, it depends on which parts of Liverpool you're from. Xanadu, not there, was there with a girl. I was with a girl actually. The girl was the one, bruh. The girl with a one arm EB by the door. It was actually scary, yeah? With the old one arm by the door. That's not a good invitation. You get to the door, there's old one arm standing at the door. Terry Kimora Lee Stevens, almost said Simmons. Welcome, Kerry. Terry, Charlotte Smith, good evening to you. Kim Solomon, Kelly's, what kind of cars? I'm all good. I'm all good. Judges in the house. What kind of say? Judge saved me the last time, and we had my guest, we couldn't connect, and I just sent the link out and I said, whoever clicks on this thing will be my guest. And our judge clicked there, laying in his bed, man. Froze kicking him. That was man. Okay, Annie, good evening, welcome. Melisha Governor, good evening to everybody. Good to see you, man. It's weird not to follow after Craigie G, right? I was following up straight after Mr. DJ Rowley, who's rated in my top 5 of DJs, because he's played at every event that I've ever been to, where it was my event. Like, I was either getting married or having a 21st or anything to that effect. He was the DJ. And also he was at every other wedding I've been to. So, and also still Zoom and also Xanadu. So he's literally the guy. He's like, if Rolly has always been the guy. Judge, I want my jacket back. Because everybody wants my jackets, but when I'm selling you the jackets, you don't want to buy them. But sick. Only those that know me, right? Like, all my bras at some points have gotten some sort of clothing item from me. That's always been my thing. Like, I think from the time I finished school, I was pushing Globers. So I've never given up. Craigie G, what kind of cars? Weird to not be off to you tonight. Uncle Jomo's in the house. How are you, Uncle Chase? Uncle Jacket, thanks, man. This is my winter's not that cold at the moment jacket. You know what I mean? No drink today. Annie, I won't let you down. I got an appetizer, yeah. With ice. Crème Clairvoyant's in the house. Yeah, man. So people have been getting vaccinated. My auntie got vaccinated. People have also been dying. A family member died this in the last couple of days, which is sad. There's like 20,000 people that got the COVIDs every day. 20,000 people every day is ridiculous, right? Because by the end of the week, that's 100,000. That's excluding the weekend. After 4 weeks, that's 400,000. That's insane, right? It's insane. I'm only putting it on the rocks, Nadia, because I wanted to last a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to keep the coldness going. Yeah, man. So I'm hoping to chat up a little bit of stories with my homeboy Nilo. You all know Nilo is going to be in the house tonight. And I must just brag because he's one of those old, right? Oh, right from the ridge to island. You know how big that is. You also have no idea. I went from Newlands to Joburg and I was like, yes, these old don't know what I'm about. This brother say kick it all the way. And the thing is, he's in Ireland and he's a green. He's but even there he can literally look for land. Like I went to look for land in Mauritius because that's where my people are from. The born wars are in Mauritius. I went to Mauritius, bro. And I looked around. I was like, I don't actually want the land, even if the land was there, bro. It's like sugarcane is their main thing, sugarcane and tourism. And I'm like, neither of those is up my alley. And also poor, they're poor there. In Mauritius, they're poor, terrible drivers. And he's saying he only made it to Maritzburg and back. Maritzburg's a good start. Like Onnitz was saying, Onnitz had got a good concept that he's working on. Onnitz is moving to Joburg, but he's moving slowly. He's living in Maritzburg at the moment, and he's working in Joburg. So when he finds a craft in Maritzburg, he's gonna move to like Escorts or like further up the thing, the N2, and then you'll maybe go stay halfway, and then you'll work in Maritzburg. Then when he gets a craft there, eventually you'll end up in the Josie. Good move. What kind, Chucks? Good to see you, cuz. I was actually, bro, funny enough, I was thinking about you yesterday. I was doing this thing. You know, I always mess around by myself, right? So I told you know this thing. So I walk around the house and I just make up and I make up music and other day. So yesterday I was thinking to myself, hey, the other time, because people always ask you to rap, right? They assume you can rap, and I say, you know what? Next time they assume me to rap, I'm gonna rap like Chucky. I don't. I didn't even know what it means, but I started to walk around doing like those I don't know if you call it mannerisms or you call it timing, but I was doing that because I was like, say, brah, let me check your ra. You think you my brah, but you see we'd be clear. Like I was like, you don't fuck around yet. And I was like, okay. And I was doing the Chucky thing for like 4 hours yesterday. And I was like, but it's good to see you, cuz each of us like Chucky. That's what I'm saying, bruh. We don't mess around yet. Let me see your ra. What's that? A 9. Let me put on my feet, bruh, because they're mine. What did I say? We're not here for chwala. I don't drink, I don't smoke. Paradala. Tear on my back with line. Yes, yeah. You gotta have a little bit of a yeah. But anyway, let me bring my Brian here because I can see him in the pot. So let me bring my Brian over here. Let me so I can get the horns ready. For those who got you late, we started off with the Latrice just to get you into that. This is where we started. It's Jackie, bro. Jesus. Ladies and gents, all the way from the bottom of the screen, let me bring in my boy. Let me get my horns loaded over here. It's Mr. Neil Joseph Green. Is he in? There we go. Let me put him again. Wait, the sound. Away.
Can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
That's one. Yeah, what kind? Laka, man. I'm trying to get myself centered on this. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to get myself centered, yeah, on the videos.
How's that number? Before we get into anything, how's that number? Okay, everybody, let's first greet Nilo. You can see the comments, I'm assuming, on a laptop, right?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay, the comments, everyone's greeting Nilo.
What kind, peoples? Richelieu will have to be our intermediary from the comments to the side, yeah? But yeah, I'm the right. Now, what you're saying about the number, when you're coming in, you know, you say there's a couple of things. Number one, we're all going to do a TRO lyric breakdown in just a short while. You know, like how they tell her, like a genius, like a paw by paw. Like me and you are about to do that. We're going to do that now.
And break down everything. Like, what is it?
Yes. No, but there's a specific section that you and I are going to go over while Chuck is here too. So you can't say we were telling anyone here, right? But you know the number you're playing, and like everybody, like we talk about Xannies, right? And we talk about that Xannies feeling. And Xannies is one of those that's like weird for us in the community because like Xannies was the greatest time any of us have ever had. But also like people died at Xannies, bro. Like you say, people was dying there like proper, bro. So like it's to explain like how dangerous the Xannies actually was. Like some places like Zoom was feeling, right? Like Zoom was.
Zoom was yeah. Some of
like Zoom was problematic.
Oh, some of the people I know lost their existence there. So
yeah. But Xannies was still like 5-6 levels above Zoom, right? Like on the on the DEFCON levels, like Xannies just got so real so quick. Like you had no time, bro.
Are those shoes hanging on the door or those handbags? What's hanging on the door there behind you there?
It's one of those summer fedoras, you know, like the soft fedora that you can push in.
Oh, but there's a lot of things there, bro.
Yes, and there's a little clutch bag and a Looney Tunes cap and a moon bag.
I thought it was just like shoes.
There's no shoes. No, I'm in my lighties' room, in my daughter's room.
So, bro, you know the thing is, when you go to Xannies, right?
Yes.
When someone used to lose their life, there's a stabbing or shooting, whatever. The following week,
we'll be back. Yeah, we're back. You see what you mean? You know that elements of danger, like the amount of flavor it adds to those voice rolls. Like that voice roll tastes different. Like when there's been a young murder. Yeah, that's wild out there, bro.
And you know the voice rolls, that voice roll, you know when you hit a voice roll, that's when you say to yourself, listen, I have no chance of ever getting any stickies in this place.
So onion.
No voice roll and scored a young.
That's the moment that you gave up when you say, all right, so it's a voice roll in.
And you know, you smell of that. You smell of the mutton sausage.
Mr. Lee shouting you out. Mr. Lee shouting you out as you come in. Aware. This one going out to extra onions there.
No one's eating. No one's comfortable outside. There was a table there, remember?
No.
There's a table on the balcony. Every time
yes, no. Let me tell you, I moved in the Xannies on a free before 11 basis. It was that phase of my life. Like I wasn't up. Like I wasn't in the Xannies buying bottles of VO.
But so bro, we save anything. You know the thing is, you could have had $1 million. You would have bought. You made it.
Exactly. That's it. No, but I'm saying the level, like what unlocked the Xannies for me was when I found out that you could pay corkage. Did you know you could pay corkage at the Xannies? Yo, that was wild. He said, yeah, now just hit you with a green permanent marker on your bottle of whatever you brought.
Let's take it further. Even though it was 10 rand.
Yeah.
He still
So you that's how you were moving. You were moving ruthless like that. You're not even paying the 10, except
Kasam.
but I say But just think about the craziness of paying corkage on a Mokado and a peach snaps. Like that is another level of puzzling. Like you don't even have much of a VO. So why are you here? Like why were we coming in there?
You surely think she never ate a horse roll because you're looking for a man or something. You eat a horse roll, you eliminate yourself. It's like you on Survivor Island and they like go fish and you come back with nothing. That's the equivalent of eating a horse, etc. And the thing is, you don't just go eat a horse roll. There's a song and dance to it because you come out onto the balcony first, and then you come and stand in the corner.
I was. Let me say something. I was once in the Zionist, and I ended up, like those days we used to dance like it was like a courtship thing, but like you could literally get right straight off dancing. Like I don't know if that actually happens nowadays, but like those days, like if you went out there and you were doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like if you were really, killing a color me bad, like if you were color me badding, if you were really pulling them out, like you could get some interest going your way, right?
Yeah, the dickies, dancing shoes.
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Bottle green dickies too. No, matching Paris belts, and you there, and like you could get a young lady's attention, like in the zennies of the strength, just off the strength of the dancing. And the once I was dancing, and I ended up dancing with this cherry, but she had like a bandage over her head. Ooh. And over like a one eye, like this here, like over the one thing. So like you're trying to judge now, just off this section of the face. You're trying to gauge over the bottom section of the face. She's gonna throw up.
My face is 13% is covered.
Yes.
13%, yeah.
It was what I won't lie, and we were killing it there. This is a warning. I'm trying to in the strobes now, check off the,
make like it was rough, but you also used to make a connection with random people based on, like you're saying, the music and the dot, right? Like you're saying, bruh. Like, because I used to do this thing where I used to look at, like you're saying, you have to look properly. Like you're saying, she had a bandage on the cup. So now you have to walk by. Huh? So I come the first walk by, you need to look. You can't trust your first things.
You have to wait from when they switch to strobes to like those other lights, because all those things they're playing in there. You know what I'm saying?
And the strobes will set you up now. Yeah, the
strobes
to the dogs.
I know you tell stories on here, and that's your thing, telling stories. And I don't know what stories you have thus far told on here. But did you ever tell the story about? Okay, no, I'm not even gonna go with that one. But earlier on, let me tell you what happened. Earlier on, a memory popped up on my phone of you and I. 12 years ago today, like today's memory, and I thought, this is so perfect because I'm gonna be tuning with Rich a bit later, and there's the thing popped up here, right, about a gig that we did together,
right?
And I was thinking, just off the strength of like the gigs that we have done together, just not even live, bruh, just gigs. Do you know how many stories there are mixed up inside there?
Yes. There's been so much crazy. Like, I was thinking about it today myself. Like there's a lot of things that didn't make sense to me along the way. Like,
like I don't know how much you can say because I'm on the other side of the world. I can tune free. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out. But like
no,
you literally like had a gun pulled on you for comedy, bruh, at one point.
Yeah.
Like do you know how wild it is, bro? Like people don't understand like the circumstances, like how we were gigging coming up, like what we were really doing coming up. Like we went through like different kinds of war stories, bro. Like it was absolutely wild. So let's see what DJ Aftermath is saying here. Jumbo and I said,
also, I to Zen user put a case of beers looking to get
You see, that's like, how can I put it? That's like wearing a big coat chain.
Yeah,
Kevin, what lady calls her face bandage?
you're not
Listen. Melanie, hold on, before we move on. Now, if your face is bandaged, you can still swai. Now, because you want to eat a young, because you want to eat a young two-step now, you must be worried. About what's happening, and it was the face and the eye.
You know why you go with a bandage face too? It's your friend.
Yeah. And it was holidays. Oh, I found out what happened. Can I tell you what happened?
Oh, you ended up trolling with her.
Yeah, for sure. What do you mean? He said, I just told you. You didn't ask. I ended up asking her what happened. You know how she could eat like that? What's a world? What's a wonderland?
That was a cover.
No, what? No, bruh. What's a wonderland? She came down the slide and as she came up out the water, keep an eye on her. Somebody came through on the follow on the What's a Wonderland and took her out.
But to tell you why I'm saying people, your brows will convince you. Let me tell you what we convinced that had to do. This wasn't even long ago. It was long ago, but not like it is now. Now when I'm in Josie, so we're doing we do a gig here in Randburg and everything's dope. And my bra's there, but he's wearing sandals, right? Like leather sandals,
right?
And Jesus sandals, basically.
Oh, I love it. There's all work in IT. What Rafi does. Except we're just walking around. We have to get into it. Why is he a taxi driver? Because if he's a taxi driver, he's allowed to wear those.
So he's G'd up in his thing. You know what I mean? This is my G'd up vibe. You know what I mean? Because you can be inside like, you know what? My vibe tonight.
No, I need to get into the mind of a man that feels like an essential part of this ensemble is the sandal.
This I didn't even notice it. To be quite honest with you, I didn't notice it, right?
Oh, and you all traveled together to the venue. You didn't meet him there. Did you meet him there?
No, we met there.
Oh, okay. But your eyes didn't immediately go, like as you saw him, like your eyes didn't immediately go down to the.
Didn't see them for long, bro. I was even surprised myself because I always.
All right, continue.
Out, right? And so I'm looking, and Brad is with us, or Harris, right? And we also, so I go and someone gets beers, and we sit outside, but outside tables, and so when I put the beers down, right, or something, one of the beers tipped over and spilled off the table, and it's but you know, your first thoughts, I thought it.
Your man's moving squelchy. He got the squelchy.
And then it's spilled. They got holes in the middle, right? They're not solid, so they had like the slats. So it fell on the table and fell through the slats, and you're all standing around, and it fell on his feet. And when he started stomping his foot, looked down, and Brad just looked. He said, cuz.
You saw the bunions through the window. The man's just got windows on it, and you're just moving with him while anyway. Right, carry on.
You missed this Brad's Jesus piece. So Brad jumps on him, right? Brad says, don't worry, man. They'll try now. Do you know what I mean? They Jesus shoes. But he opened the gate, right? Hey, this Braz is getting, you know, the one where it's an onslaught. Everyone's just on you now. Don't leave. Hey. So also like, hey, going now to the floor, going to Taboo. Hey, this come to Taboo now. You know what I mean? Even Jesus can't go in everywhere. When you get there, they're gonna be like, even Jesus got gates. This Braz, hey, but he's a G. You know those always that they're proud. He's proud, bruh.
Right.
He's got Bentley wheels on an Audi. He's got money.
No, I'm with it. No, he's all right, yeah.
Bentley wheels on an Audi. That type of money, you can just do any random shit. But he says, you know what? No flop. I got sneakers in the cab. We'll buy to the Joel. No flop. Oh, should not ride under.
But you see, before we continue, because the kind of man that thinks it's okay to slide those sandals, even those sneakers that we're going to get, I have to ask before, what sneakers are these? Because I need to know if I'm making a futile trip. Because if we are making a trip for sneakers and we get there and you got buffaloes or jumps or something, then we're going to have a different problem. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, those shoes that Steve Jobs used to wear.
Oh, you see now, Yamona, you see. I knew where this was going. Without even you prompting me, I knew that the oldest lad those shoes.
So he goes now and he gets in the pool, right? He pulls out the shoes. Like, I'll switch up now. Because the right, he's been taking ridicule anyway. He might as well get out of his shoes. We're gonna hit it now to Tabu. He's like, cool. He takes out the shoes. My brother has 2 pairs of these shoes. So now he's come with 2 left shoes. He's got 2 left feet in the pool, right? He takes him out. Hey, we like, Kazi, what you gonna do now? He says, don't worry, bro. My pose, and then I'll grab the other shoe. We'll just like quick game. We all jump in.
To go get the Stone Harbor sneakers. All right, now you're finally get the Stone Harbors. All right, cool. Yeah.
Pause, get in there. Oh, pops a bottle of whiskey. We all talking. Yeah, we're smoking. We're carrying on. We're like an hour or so, you know what I mean? Then, yeah, bro. We're over with too much now. We need to buy. Hey, we chop in the cab, we buy back. We kick it to the Joel. Hey, we get to the Joel. The old forgot now. In the whole thing of getting my deposit, you forgot to swap the Raz now. The man to convince me. Now we're all standing outside convincing my man. Because listen, don't worry. No one looks at your shoes in the Joel. Don't worry, bro.
Oh, all right. Yeah. No one think okay. Yeah, I can see.
Oh, Brad Studio. When you buy the Joel, just put your feet like this.
You got it, but you have a poor track record of. I don't know how you move in the Joel in general. I just know the few times that we have been, and I just want to tell you, we were at a, you know what made the story with the Joel and you was that we were already at a Joel. We were in a Joel and the Joel was perfectly decent. We were cooling in Fashion TV in Randburg, I think. It was a new one that had just opened. We did a comedy show there. We were already in a Joel. And you were like, nah, there's another Joel. There's another Joel down the road. We need to go to that one. It's called Moody Blues. Should I write me up? I've never been to Moody Blues. Never checked Moody Blues. People in the comments and this here. Richelieu took me into this Joel called Moody Blues that I didn't know anything about. And when I got inside there, let me tell you what Richelieu did. When we get inside there, Richelieu went and meets up with these Moody Blues people because you were you a regular? Did you have like a...
That was my first time ever going there.
Your first time, you were moving very comfortably. You were in your element. So fine, the Moody's. He left me in the Moody Blues. I will never forget. I went to the bar and I bought, do you know what?
There's pregnant people in the show.
Do you not remember what happened to me? Let me tell you what happened to me. Firstly, you know when you walk into a Joel and you look at the wall of alcohol and it's like, I don't know, people, if you're listening here, I don't know if you like have a pub in your area that's for a very specific type of demographic. In Sydenham, there was a gully called The Fountain. The Fountain is a good example of what I'm talking about. It's a place where we only really sell 5 beverages. Like it got a castle sign and all in the front. Don't necessarily mean we sell castle here. We only sell the 5 things that people buy here. So we sell like a jug of autumn harvest. We sell black label coats. Like there's very specific things that they sell. Moody Blues bar, when I got to the bar, looked like that. There was no, you couldn't ask the, can I have a sudden comfort lime cordial? There was none of that. Yeah. You had one of the beverages that we sell here. There was a wall of tops. I chose Hunter's Gold as the least offensive of the ones that they had there. And do you know the Hunter's Gold never had a twisty. That one was one of the few that had a twist, right? Yeah.
Twist him up.
And when I turned to twist the thing, like my elbow came up and I bumped into an auntie. And I say auntie, not as as a placeholder. I say auntie because it was my auntie. It was somebody of a middle-aged description, dressed like an auntie, moving. She was dressed like she was going straight to church from here. Like she was somebody's auntie. And I bumped into her. And you know when she turned, and you know when somebody hits you with like, you know when somebody picks up numbers in your dial, bruh, and the auntie put me deep in the Moody Blues fridge. She said, "What's wrong with you now? That's how you're moving. You're just moving anyhow. And now you spoiled my drink." He said, I never saw the auntie with a drink. I don't know if I spilled the drink. I had to end up buying tops for her and all her nephews over there in the thing. Do you not remember? He said, "You don't."
Moving with that. Oh, I was moving with that other brother's name. Oh, the other trouble was the Eugene. You remember
You left me. Yes, bro, you left me to buy a round for people in Moody Blues because I bumped into on bumped the drink out of it. You know, I went back and slept in that caravel. So sad, bro. You just left me tossing in the caravel, listening to Soul Candy Volume 4 the whole night. I don't know what y'all were doing in Moody Blues, but that was the end of my Moody Blues adventure.
You know, I remember from that Joel that night was, you know that song, "Put Your Arms Around Me, Hold Me Tight Tonight." They played that shit 12 times in a row. And everyone was screaming.
People were doing long arm in there, bro. It was a long arm Joel, like it was turmeric inside there.
Nobody were that. I don't know what was going on there because we got in there. But we came in strong, bro. We had like 6 of us. How many of us were there? You, myself, Marvin.
Yeah. It was a big crew, bro. The whole Joel was smelling of Empress triples and camphor blocks. I was like, yo, you can carry on, yeah.
The pure surprise the whole night.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because I was in the caravan listening to Tears Dry on their own or whatever that number.
Not in the mood to do your own thing. I was doing my own thing because I was in the middle of the dance. Like in the middle, I look at it. I'm like, where's everyone?
Some of us go right through our.
Wasn't Dingo?
Yes, he was. He was definitely with us.
Dingo was there.
He came to ask me how. He was the one that found me in the caravan. How you parking here? I was like, I right through my whole African Bank instant loan now. So I was adopting my budget inside. Yeah, that was a wild trip, bruh.
I never forgot about this, yeah. But now that you mentioned it, I can clearly remember. I was in, because the thing is that song, every time the song started again, I just got sucked in. When I woke up one morning, just thinking,
oh shit. Uncle Jerome, I'm doing splendid. I'm having a lucky time. You're talking about I was getting vaccinated. I got my vaccine yesterday. First shot.
You also went to get his vaccinations yesterday.
Yeah, it hit me a bit. My one hit me a bit like I wasn't perfect, but I'm okay now. I'm a bit better now. Just have to ride through it. Just feverish. The arm is still like a lot of discomfort on the arm, bro. Like it was wild, but you have to get it done, as you're saying. Like too many people still posting, but I mean it's been a year and some change now, and people are still posting to say, well, we lost someone, familiar names, bro. Not like people on the outskirts of your Facebook, like within my circle, like it's still happening.
Hey, so dude, I just started scrolling past now, because the thing you only can get, I think, so sad. Do you know what I mean? It's like you go, yo, hey, yo.
But that's the volume that it's coming at, bro. Like it's coming thicker. That's what I'm saying. Like it's slowed down for a bit. But I'm just grateful to. And then you see people that like don't want to take the vaccine and all, and I'm like, yo, guys, really, if you get a chance to take the thing, man. Yo,
we're not on the don't want to take it bus. We're on the let's see if it gets here. This is South Africa, so
yeah,
it's how it happens. It goes with how much gets put through, who gets. So
Now, what's the story with comedy that side, bro? What y'all gonna be gigs are closed down for now? Or?
most deaf, bro. So like for but I actually got a little bit ducked because when it kind of slowed down and like we are down to like 700 or whatever.
Right.
I took on rooms. I took on a few rooms, bro. I got like, you know what I mean? It's like it felt like new comedy. Like when comedy started, when we first started, you had it like you had that drive, man. Like that you wanted to be out, you wanted to make the things happen, and then you got
Yeah.
always like okay, you get booked and then you go and then you get booked and you go and you try but like now I was like okay, no, this is I'm writing material. I'm enjoying the crowd. The people are enjoying the thing.
Yeah,
We're
because
all
I saw you doing I saw an outdoor one that y'all did, like, right? Y'all did one of the first gigs back, and that thing looked like people in the comments, like, did y'all go to any comedy shows when it opened up? Like, how did it feel? I want to know, how did it feel as an audience member, bro? Because, like, I went to the movies. I went to the movies yesterday. I went to watch Black Widow yesterday. And, like, it's laka, you excited, popcorn, Coke, what. But, like, it feels different, bro. Like, that's what I want to know from the people in the comments, like, how comedy is going to do, man, how it's going to come back. Because, when you and I did that show at Fire and Ice in Melrose, like, at the time, I didn't realize that would be, like, okay, first, I just want to say that show was dope. And, like, when we did it there in Josie's, and we did it at S43 in Durban, New Variant. You see now, I'm not even keeping up to date now with the things. I don't even know. But I want to know because, like, you and I, the last time we gigged was we did our 2-man show in Josie, and then again in Durban, and it was just like it felt overing. Yes, absolutely. And like overing, it felt like such a moment, bro. Like it felt like at that time I obviously had plans already in place to move and come here, So, and I hadn't really shared that much with you. And then you and I started having those conversations when we did Fire and Ice in Mhlanga. That was the first time we sat down and we had like a full conversation about it. But like for us that started comedy on the same day together, that started our journey together. That was a lucky way to like not bookend it, but like get to the end of a chapter. And at the time when I was doing that, like we were doing that run of shows because like I wanted to show my appreciation for you. And you and I have like an energy and a symbiosis that's always worked like so lucky together. And like that was me saying farewell for now to the scene with you, but without like tuning you so much about it. You get what I'm saying? Like right. I wanted the energy to be pure in what we were doing. But I didn't realize at the time when we were doing that, like I was actually setting up to like close off comedy for a while. Exactly. I haven't done comedy in a year now.
Yes. But funny, bro, because I was literally thinking about the exact thing today because because my mind's weird like that. It's like, okay, I know I'm talking to you, so I'll randomly think, even if it's not purposefully, things will start to kind of stew in my mind. And so I was thinking, like, okay, you working, and we're gonna talk about the fact that you're working there, and you're supposed to tell me that. So I was figuring out, like, do you have any plans, or have you walked around the state? But that's what you do. Like when I went to Australia, the first thing, I was there for like 3 days, and I knew where the comedy clubs were. Okay, I knew where they were. I knew how to get there by public transports. I was like, this is where comedy happens. You know what I mean? So I was wondering, did you have any aspirations to do comedy there? Is it in your diary? Do you want to do it? Are there plans, bro?
But I'll never not do comedy. Like there's literally no situation where I will not do comedy. Like I absolutely am going to do comedy for the experience, for the marcher, for however it ends up shaking down. But like I'm a comedian now, for better or for worse. And I'm talking free now, so I'm just gonna talk free. When I used to see, I was like Fernando Lemmy, rest in peace, and Mel Miller, and I should think, even now I'm a tune free. I'm on the other side of the world. Even now, like I gigged with Barry Hilton, good few times. Weirdly, just before I left thing, and I was like, I was like, yo, why are you still doing this shit, bro? like you're so disconnected from your. I mean, you don't have to, and you shouldn't agree with me, yeah. But I'm just saying, like me as an observer, I was like, these are so far out of comedy now, right? Like the way you're moving is you're literally hanging on, and there's kind of like a bitterness that you're doing it with, like this, like a. it's hard to explain, but like like out of touch, and like now I understand it. Now I understand that whether those also millionaires or whatever the story is,
Yes.
you can never not do comedy, bro. Like I'm literally gonna do comedy until I die off this planet one day. Until I leave, absolutely, I'm gonna do comedy.
I was on the same thing because like when I was chatting with Neil with Jay last week and you're talking about Mel Miller and I was like, because Mel Miller, like we have ever seen him die, and I was like, I actually literally have never seen Mel Miller ever shit set ever.
Right.
And
but if you park backstage, but when you park backstage with him, like his energy is so like,
bro, I literally
I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I literally call him the Vortex.
Oh, is it? But like as I'm saying, that's just old man shit. That's not like, I'm not saying that that's his personality.
But if you could be that age and get up on a stage and finish a bit, you would tell her.
Oh, man. I'm going to. Like I'm telling you something factually. Like whether I'm doing well or not doing well is not even the issue now. Like so that's why I'm saying. Like when I came here, I had it all lined up, bro. Hey, our Wednesdays. I never got to do our Wednesdays, eh? I never ever got to do it. Yeah.
And AD, bro. That was like the most ideas gig ever. It was the same as Laughing Stock. Same.
Is it? Oh man, I know I missed it.
But busy. We do other things, Graham. I don't know. Because there's a lot going on. Like, like with comedians, like I did a couple of those live things and I personally don't like them.
I can't do them. I got an invite for one of them this week. But I was doing those live things for Marcha. Like people are phoning me and like, hey, like it's our company year-end function. Can you tell her? And like, I'm as Graham has pointed out, we need to earn as comedians. See, even Nadia is saying create online shows.
Yeah.
If I can't do an online show, and I'm telling you something, me as a comedian, I'm a very prepared, scripted Yes, I interact. And yes, I'll sometimes respond. And those are the best jokes when advised like that. But I'm an O that when I go on the stage, I got my 15's tight when I get there, right? So for me, the online formats should work okay for me, right? Now with you, an O that responds so much to the dynamics in the room, like that's your strength. That's the core of who you are, is your ability to feed off people and all. I can imagine that the online space is not like for you, but I'm saying, bro, for me, and it's weird because some of the online shows I did, like they even allowed you to like record your sets and send them the recorded sets. So you could literally work on your timing and your delivery and everything and then send it, right? Bro, it's like you're filming an advert. It's not comedy. So when I say online shows, I don't discourage the people from doing them. And I'm never telling a person that's listening here to not buy a ticket. You can definitely enjoy your online show. I'm just saying, me as a comedian, the energy's too different. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Having said that, I'm gonna slide into your DMs with something for you. But also I did watch your thing. I think it was with East Coast Radio, was it?
Yeah, Splashy Fin.
No, you did it online. It was like looked like you were in a green room or something.
Yeah, I think I did Splashy. We did a live Splashy Fin for East Coast there. So I performed for like 15 minutes. Yeah.
And the thing is, when you watch your Prazu comedy, so we watch each other. Like if I don't care, I watch everybody. But look, when it comes to like watching you, for argument's sake, it's like I'm intertwined in everything of your comedy, right?
Sure.
Your set, your energy. I know I can. If I watch you, I know what's going on with you. It's like I can see that moment. Like this was dope, and I can see that when you have a change of energy. I'm like I can see exactly what's going on with you. all the time, bruh, because we've been there so long. We've been together. I've seen you so many times. Actually, our first 2 years of doing comedy, we actually wrote each other's butts. Do you remember that, bruh?
Yeah, of course, bruh.
For 2 years, bruh. So, and when I watch you and I'm like, and I watch you do that live thing, I was like, yes, bruh, I would hate to be doing this thing right now.
I can't,
Just
bruh, I can't. Like, I'm telling you now.
with an audience that doesn't exist, because I can see the thing, you're like, because your body wants it, like.
Yeah, like I'm looking for a reaction from someone, even though there's no one there. But yeah, and it's weird because like if I recorded a show in front of 10 people and then put that show online, like you could enjoy watching that show. Like absolutely.
Absolutely. You need 5-8 people. That will be better.
Yeah.
You can look at me like, you know what I'm saying, cuz? But now it's not. You can't even say that. Like watching it wasn't shit. But I could, because I know your energy levels and I know your hit points. And watching it, I'm like, bruh is not enjoying this. I can see you smiling and you're like, yeah.
Nah. Even people don't understand. Like I even factor in the laughs. I know you don't always get the laughs, but even like I like my timing. I'm a performer, but I'm a soft performer. I'm not like a physical comedian like some other hosts, but like I've got like physical cues and all that I use, and part of that is the laughter. Like so in my brain is telling me pause for the punchline, but there's nothing to come back to you. It's wild, bro. It's wild.
Especially if you're doing a bit that you understand. Like you've worked out this, done it so many times that you know, like, did you just say that was actually grapes in the fridge?
No. And what you're saying there is right, is that there's some jokes where you have to put a pause in, right? But the pause now, when you put the pause in, sometimes I put a pause for recognition. I put a pause for the audience to catch up to me where I am now. Because this next line that I'm going to drop, I need you to kind of see what's coming. Yeah, like I need you to come with me and see what's coming in that moment. And now there's fucking nothing. And then the worst is, you know me, I do some heavy jokes. So some of the heavier ones that I do, I say them for the negative response. And then I can take your legs out from underneath you, kind of a thing.
Yes,
so now you. So now you can't do that. Like, if there's no one there, like there has to be someone there. Like,
exactly,
it just has to be. Yeah.
Because the thing is, I love that. It's like when you put someone in, you put some audience into their comfort zone where they're like, okay, I read you. Okay, I can see where you're going with that, and you're like, actually, I wasn't going there. Boom.
Yeah, and that's the best. That's the best.
But no one's there. Now you're like, I hope they got that at home.
Just before we continue, did I tell you what happened that night when we performed at Fire and Ice, Melrose? Did I tell you about my lodgings? Did I tell you where I was staying, about my Airbnb?
Yes, you're staying with it right there. You were staying.
I was staying in a house posy, like in his house, bruh. Yeah, I booked an Airbnb and it said that it was like it said Airbnb.
It must be home before like 10 or something.
No, told me. He came to tell me what time I have to come home. That's crazy. No, literally told me, if you come home, I'm gonna doors after that time. I have to open the door for you. No, there's that. Online shows are a few people in the room. Yeah, would definitely work. Yeah. That's the energy. Yeah, that's the vibes that you'd have to go for. Yeah.
Just create the space. Because I did one that was in like they set it up and whatever, and they had their audience there and they gave them drinks. It was nice.
That's
but it wasn't
perfect. No, We got 7 minutes left, but I have to say this. We have to have one of the realest conversations in comedy, which is
you don't
that.
have a closing time unless you do.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna bounce fairly promptly, but I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. But like, let me tell you something, bro. Comedy is not for everyone, and that just needs to be a thing that we need to understand as audiences and as comedians. Not everybody is a fan of comedy, and even some people that are fans of comedy may not necessarily be a fan of your specific type of comedy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I smack lineups, and that's why I smack one-man shows more than I smack lineups, because there's two different things here. In a lineup, often if you book Richelieu and myself and Deep Fried Man and Dylan Oliphant, you're gonna get 4 totally different types of comedy. Totally different types of comedy across those 4 people there. Do you get what I'm saying? Exactly. So even if you don't smack 2 of them, that's fine, because you still got like 2 people, right? And there's power in that. But the other side of that, and the part that feels even better, is when you have got your own following and you get just fucking 80 people, bro. It doesn't need to be an amphitheater. Just 80 people and up that came there to see RichelieuB and Neil. Like, it's such a lucky feeling, because they knew what they're coming for. They came in as fans. Like, it's different, bro. And it allows you much more freedom as a comedian.
That was when we did Mhlanga.
Yeah.
It was also Fire and Ice and Mhlanga.
It was also, oh man, that night, like, that was one of those ones where we didn't have a massive turnout. But everybody that left there, like everybody that was there was part of a moment. That was like a moment in comedy, bro. Like, we absolutely, that night was electric, bro. Like, if we could have multiplied that by 50, cool, but it didn't matter. That was the kind of thing we needed to film. If we had filmed that, that night was mad, bro.
Because the same thing you're saying, because when I was there, and do you remember, I'm sitting with you, and I'm like, bruh, I have no idea how to even approach this thing, because my mind is just in the bush here. And you're like, don't worry, because you have this random thing of that. Don't worry, man, don't worry. I'm like, no, bruh. And then you tell me what the fact that you're leaving. This is all weird. And I'm like, and I write new bits. But the thing is, I write new bits, and like, the new bits work if there's, and I'm like, you know what?
Volume of people. Generally, it feels like, And
I'm thinking, I'm like, do I do these bits? Do I fall back? I'm like, I'm not allowed. I'm like, I can't allow myself to fall back. And then it just was like, because my bits are one line, right? I just like, okay, cars and bananas. Okay, cool. And then it becomes a bit in my mind, and then I just talk about it depending on who's in the room. And that day was the first, one of the times I was like, normally I can call on the next act right about now. Like, right about when this thing is working. I can say, let's bring the next dude on. But I'm like, actually I have to do it again. And I have to do it again. I have to keep doing this exact thing for the next 40 minutes or 50 minutes, bro. But when eventually I got to the part where I was like, you know what, I need to rap, guys. I'm literally just I was like, you know what?
It was beautiful, bro. It was like almost like a workshop, but like, I don't know, bro. It's hard to explain. Like, it was totally different. It was art. That's what it was. It wasn't a performance, bro. It was art, bro. It was like a little gallery piece. It was nuts.
Like, it was, and that was like, we just we threw it together, we did it, and I was like, yo, bro, this was. Let me read what Francine is saying here. Comedy for me is about the vibe and the sense of humor.
Yeah,
like, a sense of humor with the comedian. She could say boo.
Yes, but you know what Francine is saying is so right. I have Francine. You know what Francine is saying is so right. Specifically because you and I did the box the one night where you got sick. Like, you got sick. I was doing the box and you came with me, and there was an old Japanese Bali parking in the front. And I know that he was Japanese because like every single comedian spoke to him overnight. And the old did not speak a word of English, bro. Like, he spoke the most rudimentary English. No one had a better time than that Bali. No one had a better time. They all laughed the whole night because that's what comedy does. Comedy sometimes can put you in a room. And what's the box? What's the capacity there? 40, 50?
Maybe 100, let's say.
But 100. But I'm saying it was so, like, the energy was so up that Dado was just laughing at everything. Like, if you find the right room, oh man.
Yeah, but that is like, because even when we did that, I was in Durban now. The last time I was in Durban, we played that hotel, the Riverside, whatever it's called, whatever it's called. There's an old Bali there. And this Bali, I looked at him, I was like, you don't fit in. Do you know when you look around? I looked around and I was like, this Bali, if you speak, he's either going to be very offended or very cool.
Right.
Either one or two. This is not none. This like literally like one of 3 white people here. 100 years old.
Yeah.
Reads me my chat. Because the thing is that my thing is like I don't do it consciously. I don't make conscious decisions, right? I just go and look and I'm like, me at this Bali, let him feel comfortable. He's not in he's not in the right space, right? So that's what my mind tells my mind. It was him. And I was sitting amongst a group of people that are not my demographic, not my age group. Nothing about me is similar. What should I do? Make him feel comfortable? So that's what my brain says to me. So I say, how's it to him? And then he doesn't even respond, dog. He just
oh, shit. Was that Riverside? Was that the one? Which one?
It's called Parkview.
Okay, Parkview. Okay.
Just throw another curveball. I tell you this shit, dog. So this Bali, so I ended up addressing the Bali, but the thing is, it turns out he actually wasn't not listening. You just was like not comfortable. So we know you're not. But if you go
to bad,
and you're not looking, and you won't listen. Actually, you'll zone out. If you get to a place in like this, there's a brain light here. He's just talking shit, and I've been staying in this building since apartheid, probably kind of a thing, which I kind of got out from me. You would just like you kind of zoned out. But when he actually addressed me and he actually engaged me, I was like, he started answering questions like, this is a cool, he's old ass cool Bali. He's here on purpose. He's not by mistake. He paid his ticket and he came here and he's here. And then after I think spoke to him, it made I could literally see him go from deer in the headlights to okay, cool.
Okay, sure.
And that's what I always kind of aspire to, is like to grab people and I do insult some people.
I was about to say, I'm gonna let you get that off a little bit, but the truth is, I was there for too many times. That day you asked the cherry about her confirmation. Are you going to your confirmation after this? Bruh. She literally was just wearing white. She never do anything to you, to no one. She just let you hit about 11 minutes on her outfit, and there was nothing wrong with the outfits. You just caught her in your... You say once you got someone in the crosshairs, bro, it's different from there.
Yeah, it's out of body. So so COVID is talking about Zulu girl, right? Let me tell you this. This story has to go. I'm gonna screenshot it somewhere. This is an official announcement. This story, all contents of this story are true, and there's all names are real. No names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Okay. Now, from context, now that I see, I know the put. So continue. I know whose put it is, and I know the put. But go. Shut. Yeah.
So I get to this thing here. I get to this to Parkview. Myself, it's Coven, it's Andrew Hughes, and I am excited, bruh. I'm excited. Like, I'm literally excited. The only thing that wasn't there was you, literally. And I get there, and it was a tough day for me because the night before, I was sitting with my brother-in-law and the bras and whatever, and I went over too much. So I got home late, a little bit. It was bad, bruh. And then the same day, my bro that stays in Josie, he's like, I'm coming to check you. So he comes to see me in the day. So now I didn't have recovery time. So he comes at us, and now we're sitting, we have a braai. And I'm like, hey, cuz I have a gig today. And normally I have rest time. That's how I prep. I rest. And I'm
Sure.
not getting time. Not getting time to rest. And sit there, we drink beers, we have a braai. And at one point, I actually thought I'm not gonna make it. You had that feeling. It's like,
Oh, not only have I had that feeling, I've not mind. I've absolutely not mind. But continue.
someone came to me, bro, when I was turning meat in the braai, and I had 2 braai stands going, bro, because I wanted a rush. And the smoke was hitting me, and the sun was hitting me, and the beers were hitting me, and the night before was hitting me. Everything was just becoming too much, right? So my brass still there, we chilling, we're having a lack of time. I can't deny we're having a lack of time, but I'm also in my mind need to go to work later. Cool. Hey, push comes to shove. I drag myself now. Everybody eats. I shower. I get prepped. I go. Shoops. I get to the park view. Surprised that it's in the downtown of Durban, South there.
In the Kalis, yeah. Respect, yeah.
Just Donuts on that corner there. Just
Oh,
there.
I know. I'm familiar. Yeah.
Smell of pee is very strong. Get there.
Across from all cool runnings.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I get there, chill there, I meet up with Cobbs, and I'm like, hey, but I really, honestly, hey, the energy is not here. The energy is not here. The energy is not here. And he's, for the second time, saying, please don't do it. And I met Annie. Actually, that's where I met Annie for the first time. I met Annie downstairs, and then Chucky was there, and then we get in. Show goes on. Talking shit. My auntie was there too. Jomo was there. Who was on first? Actually, Annie went on first. Annie goes on, she does the things, dope. While she's on in the back, my man Andrew comes in. He's Tana Nut, as Coven would
Lovely
say.
stuff.
Hey, the whole time while Annie's on, he's peppering, right? It's going on in the back. The whole time I say, cuz, calm down, bro. Let the comedy happen. It's going on. Hey, there I introduced my man. Hey, comes on, does this thing, doing his doing these weird bits about how if you buy a woman, the more whatever top you buy in the jaw, that's how close you're allowed to swipe to her. You know what I'm saying? You can get here, and you can. The more you buy a black label, you can. Hey, going on. Oh, this process, yeah, what's a new meat? No flop. Hey, carries on. And he does. You know the Zulu girl, but right? He comes in.
Oh yeah.
Come into the yard. Hey,
Damn.
You should come in there. Hey, my bro's there now. Not cooking. You know, made me laugh too. She's not cooking and she's not dishing out. So I'm like,
if she didn't cook.
Obviously got nothing to do. He's like, hey, he says, hey, what kind? I'm hungry now. You know, it's a bit late now. You're not eating supper. He say, go back to your Zulu girl. You know the bit.
Yeah.
Hey, another bit after that. And then after he does that bit, goes back into it again. Yes. You know when your face does back there. At first I thought you were joking, or I thought you were gonna switch it up.
There's a different. It's a callback. You thought a callback is coming.
I'm like, this is crazy. I thought you were gonna do the same, but and then
But a different ending. Yeah.
Just do some other crazy thing. That's what, honestly I thought, and I was telling Chucky, Chucky's laughing, and he's saying he had a tracksuit on, and it was boilers, bro. Boilers. So I'm standing by Chucky, Corbin's throw. They all look together. Now we're all looking at each other like, what's he doing? I'm like, you know me, I love for this thing, right? So I'm like, you know, this is too far from the action. Get closer. I want to see his actual face when he realizes, or I'm gonna be mind blown. It's either going to be two things. It's either going to be a David Blaine moment. He's going to abracadabra, hocus pocus, or he doesn't actually know. My man's going on. I drive in the yard. Damn, comes in now, froze there, pulling mask, never dish up, never cook, never dish
Never
up.
cook, never dish up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, where's it going? Hey, he said same one. I said to her, hey, didn't you text me? Go ask your Zulu girl to dish up for you or something. Hey, anyway, I'm Andrew. Thanks for your time. Like, I'm like, something. I'm like, you think he knows? He didn't know.
Did the audience laugh twice? I have to know. Did they laugh twice?
There's these two ladies, which I gave them the ultimate props. As like, your two ladies, you'll deserve to go to heaven because you're the two ladies. Two of them out of the whole room, they laughed. Two ladies, the right in the front, they went, ah! And then I came up, I'm like, you laughed again. Also, that didn't happen because you know the thing is, your mind can hear your own voice saying these things.
Yes.
Minutes ago, but and no one laughed again because they were like, no, and then
no, wait now. My alarm already vied off, so I'm supposed to be vying now, but I'm not gonna vie because I have to tell you that there's a worse version of that story. We're doing a festival. There's, I think, 10 comics on the lineup. So they literally gave us 10 minutes, a tight, proper 10 minutes each, right? I will leave out the names. I will leave out the names to protect the parties involved. I don't know why, but I shouldn't care. But let me just say I'm not shooting names. I'm parking in the backstage. I get there early. I don't watch the comedians before I go on stage. It's called basically it's the Timur Williams theory. That Timur Williams theory has served me well for 14 years in comedy. I will never watch the comedians that go on before me because of what Timur did to me all those years back in July 2007. I ended up enjoying his set too much, but anyway, so I'm parking in the back now.
I'm the same though.
Yeah, I know what. So there's a whole lot of movement in and around me. People taking pictures. Oh, the photographers here. Everybody get together. So me, I'm parking green room bound the whole time. Don't move out of there. So the names and faces are changing here in the back as the O's go on. All right, I'm klar. I'm going to watch the show. This way, that way. In a conversation with this O, in a conversation with that O. But I'm the constant here in this room. I'm just parking in this room. So one of the O's that was on the lineup didn't come for the beginning of the show. He was doing some other gig on the other side of town. So he only ended up pulling in the interval. Right. And when he got there in the interval, he was a bit of a big name O. So he say flex on us now to say, well, I just got here, but my time is precious. Me, I need to vie. So me, I'm vying on stage now. I'm vying on first after this interval. And I'm bouncing from there. I need to vibe. Bozy, I'm tired. It's my 8th gig today or whatever the vibes is, right? So anyway.
Is he from Durban?
Yeah, but anyway, listen. So when he came there, no, it wasn't about a bumping style, but he basically just told us. I got you now, but I'm meeting the stage now and I'm buying. I'm moving straight. I got 10 minutes for y'all. I'm meeting my 10 and I'm buying. All right, cool. But just before he arrived in the interval, the act that closed the first half. Know when you only got 10 minutes, bro, and your one bit is 5 minutes long. That's always a dicey proposition. You know when you got a long joke in a 10-minute set, you must know that thing is gonna have like little punchlines along the way the whole time, like you're taking people on a story. Now this was one of your classic hack jokes. One of your classic hacks where anyway, there's a version of the story that involves 4 different races. You know when you tell the same joke, but you told, oh, but what if the person was Indian? And then so like you're basically doing the same dialogue. Okay. Yeah. So that was the
always a joke of the O's that stole fruit from the farm. and the farmer caught them and made them push the fruit up their palm. Remember that joke? And the guy said,
Right. those premises.
Stole watermelons. It was always a switch up, and like you knew the premise.
You know the switch up. So now this was one of those switch ups. Not those ones where they go, oh, when you phone a call center, it's always a white cherry on the phone. But what if you phone a call center and it's a black person on the phone? And then they do the black voice, same dialogue, but with the black voice. Hey, what if you call a call center and it's an Indian person on the phone?
Name.
Okay, anyway, yeah, we're tuning now. So anyway, the act before the show, we'll call him, we give him a pseudonym. We'll call him N. Pillay. So N. Pillay went on and closed the first off. and N. Pillay. N. Pillay. How you wonder what he's doing? He's a fictional character, bro. How can you wonder how a fictional character is doing?
Yeah,
you park at home, are you wondering how Parker Haynes is?
I'm giving you more gift.
Okay, right. So anyway, our N. Pillay is on now, just before the interval. And he hits that joke now with the 4 different race groups all doing the same dialogue. So it takes long. Corbin was there right next to me. Corbin was right there next to me. But anyway, our N. Pillay he hits this long joke, big laughs, goes off well. You know people love an accent joke, right? You know people love you call a call center with a color cherry. You know they love that one. Yeah. Oh. So anyway, does the joke, cracks, buys, he goes straight home from there, right? Needed to go do something at home. I don't know. Anyway, vice versa. So the other Marty now arrives in the interval. Let's call him. Anyway, the next show comes now. And he arrives and he tunes a nut. I'm vying straight on. See, my man vies on stage. So N. Pillay finished his set with this cracker of a joke. Classic stuff. Finished on a high with this particular joke. Literally the last joke that people heard before they went to go freshen their drinks, and he just swears.
Yeah, that's actually the conversation joke during the break.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Let's call him Neville.
Let's call him Neville. Let's give him that. I like that. That's a good one. So people are like. So anyway, so he buys in there, and he buys Posey. Say Martin that comes in the thing now, right? He says strut right on stage and decides he's gonna open his set with not a similar joke, not an identical joke, but the very same joke, word for word. The exact same joke. But you know, I'm parking in the back now, and I can kind of hear, and I think to myself, hold on. Is what I'm thinking happening right now? You know me and Corbin. We have never laughed for a joke. Ever. Like how we laugh for a joke that day. And Kaz is hitting this joke with vim and vigor and gusto. And he can't understand why the audience are not laughing at this hilarious use of accents. Guys, this is a tried and tested joke.
You know what's funny? You know the moment that's funny is you and Coffee having a conversation. You say, hey, last week, it's
yeah, that's exactly it. Like, wait.
Shh.
Dog, tears were streaming down my face. You know when it all came backstage, I had to leave, bro. Like I couldn't leave. I couldn't look at him. Like I was gonna break down, G. Yo, that was a classic one.
That's but it's you like we honestly when you see that thing, you like come. Everybody call the family, call everybody, come. Let's all go in the front. Everybody come. What's your name, cuz? Come on. This is gonna end terribly.
But you see, but that's around smack. And then I seen O's fighting backstage at Sibaya over who stole the joke.
Yeah.
But like that joke that you all hit, that's a U magazine joke. That was in the Chuckles. You're fighting over a joke that like both of you will never come up with a joke, bro. Like it's a Hamachi and Abdul that you're fighting over. Like it's really ridiculous.
Tag him.
No, you can figure it out of context clues. But anyway, I'm in a bad.
I think we have to do another one of this, bro.
Oh, for sure. Between a TRO lyric breakdown, I listen. I got it lined up. We're gonna do that next time.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you how I went into another country as a different comedian. I haven't even told that story. We need.
Oh, and I need to tell you about my job and about menthol balloons. I'll tell you about that when I see you too next time. But we definitely need to follow up.
And the cheese and bologna. Well, you're gonna tell me based on your
All right. Like people, let me kick down. I'm off now. But shot so much for having me on, Rich. Always a pleasure, G. Always. And I'll wait to hear from you when the next is.
Yeah, but next week I'm gonna have my Chucky verse down, bro.
Hey, son, I need to be here. I'm gonna start working on my one too, so I can come in with a small, just an 8, nothing crazy. Just come in I want to come in on the end with an 8.
You know, we do 8.
Yeah. All right, Laka. All right, short people. Laka, man. Cheers. Bye.
Ladies and gents, that was Neil Joseph Green. Thank you guys for hanging out. You know the story. Share the thing if you can. This has been dope. Hopefully we can do it again next week or the following because Neil's actually working. But thank you guys, like I say, for always hanging out, for being here, for making it a dope night, and also for just being the people that follow the meetup. So I'll see you all next week. Questions and comments you can follow. Ideas. I also take ideas. If you've got ideas, if you want to see something different on the show, feel free to slide into my DMs and give me something there. Do it. Shot Chucks, Uncle Jay, Shot, Annie, see you, Graham, everybody. Nicolette, nice to see you, man. It's always a pleasure to see you out there. I saw a name I've never seen before I say goodnight, which was, I saw a guy here. He just came here for the, there's a weird name. He's gone now. Oh, Dipik Rutan. Nice to see you, brother. My first time ever seeing your name in my life. So that means you slipped in. Thanks again. Good night, everybody. I'll see you all next week. Peace and away.